Here at PLN Studios in Branson, Missouri, I'm here as always with Jason Mayhem Miller, and we just saw the 3 preliminary matches for the Ultimate Tire Wrestling Friday night fights, and I gotta say that was some incredible action. I think we saw 4 or 5 dunks in that first section of fights, and that's more dunks than we've seen in one card ever. So a lot of evolution in the sport, but what we're about to see now is the semifinal of the 6-man tournament. And that semifinal is going to feature 2 fighters who have just recently had matches within the last 10, 15 minutes. So recovery is definitely going to be an issue.
You could say they're a little burned out.
You could say that if you wanted to step out that far. I personally would just like to say that at this point in the evening, I think Ground Shark and Lucas Clay would probably prefer to have a little bit more recovery time, but we're going to go immediately to the tire and bring them out now. So how about a hand, folks, for our semifinalists?
Introducing first, from the pink team, give it up for Ground Shark!
Let's go, pink team! Let's go, green!
Representing the pink team. He trains out of St. Charles MMA in St. Louis, Missouri with my dear friend Mike Rogers. Ground Shark is a 4-stripe brown belt.
And introducing his opponent, from the red team, please give it up for Lucas Cassius Clay!
Clay, Jason.
A real competitor.
A real competitor. This guy just had a match, just literally, you were there a few minutes ago. Fun fact, Lucas Clay also trains at St. Charles MMA with Ground Shark. These guys are teammates, they're training partners.
Did you say they train with Mike Rogers?
Yes, Mike Rogers. His brother was the famous space traveler, Buck Rogers.
Oh, I used to train with Mike Roch.
No, you went a long way. Right, these 2 guys know each other's game. These guys are going to have a chess match right here before our very eyes, and I would imagine we will not see a dunk. We will probably see 15 minutes of calisthenics.
I hope they don't play chess. I hope they do Ultimate Tire Wrestling.
It's a fair point. It's a fair point. I saw you chess box, didn't I? Didn't you have a chess boxing match?
I did.
How'd that go?
I lost. I don't know how the horsey moved.
I think I'm supposed to go to Thailand with Mark Coleman and push him around in a wheelchair match. We should do that here. That way you can... Oh, look at this. An eye poke by Ground Shark, followed by a noogie.
Looking for a little bit of that John Bones Jones action.
Absolutely. All right, it's good to hear that one fan is excited.
Now you can see a technical match forming up here against the tread.
Now this is a very it just looks like they haven't seen each other in a while.
It's like 2 sinewy snakes fighting.
All right, Ground Shark's trying to finger the lip there.
Ground Shark with the power coming up off the mat.
Now it's important to remember that Ground Shark has already competed 15 minutes tonight, and he competed against a 170-pound opponent.
Yeah.
Lucas Clay competed against a 145-pound opponent.
Yeah, Lucas Clay is definitely in the better position here. Going to the body lock, going back to a body lock, an underneath reverse cradle here. All right.
Lucas Clay aggressively slamming CJ's head into the tire.
Lucas Clay handling him like a sack of potatoes.
A sack of very fancy royal russets.
I was thinking maybe yams.
Yams, yeah. Okay, here's another appearance, friends, by the Shark Panties. When you see the Shark Panties, you know
MayhemNow.com.
that Ground Shark is on his way back to his feet. Lucas Clay wanted the Darce. He realized no submissions in the tire game. We're a good way into this first round. No dunk attempts, Jason.
Yeah. These guys are definitely doing a good job of using their defense and gravity on their side. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out as they wear out the tread.
Yes, absolutely. I see what you did there. All right, now at Ultimate Tire Wrestling, you are allowed to grab your gi pants or your opponent's gi pants, but you are not allowed to use the rash guard.
Well, it seems like he's got a fistful of pocket right now. Now on to the ground.
Oh, snaps him down. That means he's tired. He's going to pick him back up because he loves him. All right, CJay Hunter.
CJay Hunter with the tight waist.
Very, very aggressive. Now he's got that leg. He's going to trap it between his legs. He's going to try to work to the side and elevate.
If he can get that other foot off the ground, he's going to have a good year.
Lucas Clay overhooking the lip. Oh, and Ground Shark still has that leg. He doesn't want to let go of it.
A real technical battle here.
Yeah, really, really a lot of good work, but also mayhem. This is an exhausting pace. And in the back, in the warm-up area, Mallet is waiting to face the winner in the final. And you got to best believe that Mallet is excited to see this battle happening. These guys are going to be exhausted. All right, a lot of good transitions here, but no tire wrestling.
Yeah, it looks like he's over there working a radial reverse lift.
Is that like a BBL?
I think it's like a BBC.
It's one of my favorite channels.
Monty Python was on that one.
Yeah, I loved her. All right, here we go again. We're back to our feet with a restart. And we're back to the touch butt at the tire.
Yeah, they're here in this front headlock position, sort of 50-50. But I don't see any underhooks working. Now the front headlock comes in from Lucas. Ground Shark taps at that single leg, but gives up the double underhooks, and now into a front headlock again.
Ground Shark pulling back up.
Ground Shark yanking, boosting, looking for the supreme suplex.
Looking for that control time, but Lucas Clay is a slippery dude.
You could say that Lucas Clay just went flat.
You could say that.
Now,
all right, look at the posture of these two competitors, Jason.
Yep, both men catching their wind right here on the sidewall.
Lucas Clay.
There was 0 control time in that first round, so it is a tie.
All right, so you might remember when I called that. Thank you. These two gentlemen know each other's game very well, and so now in round 2, what's probably going to happen is they're going to resort to cheating. You'll probably see a few times where they'll block their hands with their bodies, and you'll notice that one of them may step over the line and break the rules in an attempt to be the winner.
Well, you know what my grandpappy said? If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
That was your grandpappy that said that?
Rest in peace.
I thought that was from Leviticus. All right, CJay Ground Shark Hunter with the hard part. Looks like the play from Kid and Play. Looks like Rock. Yeah, he does look like a vegan Rakim. And then, of course, I don't know that you're making a lot of dangerous assumptions about vegans being thin.
I just know that I would let him throw a party at my house.
And Ground Shark, let's go of the tire. All right, Ground Shark. Now he's back engaged. He doesn't have any energy to respond. I can say whatever I like. I tell you, Jason, when Ground Shark was an amateur fighter about 10 years ago, he used to walk around with a shark hat on. He loved it with all of his heart. And I stole it from him one time, and I was going to give it back to him, and I didn't see him for a decade. I gave it back to him last week.
Well, I would just say that I don't think Ground Shark would ever sing that he ain't gonna hurt nobody.
He's just dancing, baby. All right, Jose Aldo versus Rakim. This thing is really popping off. You can see the intensity. Lucas knows he's going to have to get some control time here. These guys went 5 minutes with no points scored.
Double underhooks again.
Lucas Clay looking strong. Ground Shark with the disadvantage, going 15 minutes.
Yeah, somebody call AAA. He's going to need a toe.
All right, a little bit of a
underhook, bit of a stalemate.
A little bit of a stalemate. What do they call that?
Which gives us a little bit of time for one of our sponsors. Dojo Dumpster Rentals. Perfect for cleaning up after training, bar fights, or your podcast launch party. Underhooks are working.
A lot of aggressive shrugging here, but no dunk attempts. Neither one of these guys has had an opportunity to elevate the other one yet. It's just an absolutely grueling match.
Lucas with the crotch lip.
Okay, Lucas has that ratchet on the backside, but again, CJ down to the mat. And this is a very conservative cat and mouse. Cat and mouse game.
Yank. That was a great takedown.
Lucas is really using a great strategy here.
Oh,
we almost had it. Almost.
What a slam.
Instead, that was one of those moments where you see that CJ slammed his teammate but pretended it was a trip.
That slam was brought to you by bare knuckle bail bonds, because sometimes you got to fight before you can fight.
All right, we got some good action here, but
a little bit of jiu-jitsu
they're separated from the tire here, so the lead official is going to push him back to the action. But these two guys are now just absolutely back and forth with no points scored.
Yeah, they definitely put some miles on them.
All right, Ground Shark. Looks like he's still in decent cardio shape, but the problem is there isn't any strength behind it. He's exhausted. He's about 25 minutes into the night, and he's grappling with a guy who knows all of his tricks.
Yeah, that is a consideration in a competition like this. When you know your opponent, then you know your enemy.
That's right. And when you've got double underhooks on a guy whose game you know, you're in a pretty good position to score some points at the end of the match in order to win. And that looks like that's what the strategy is here.
Yeah, both men.
Okay, and that same chain, that real deep underhook there. Oh, and they're going to restart him. These guys are on the mat. Ground Shark always shoots the second he stands up. This time, Lucas Clay stops him. Lucas Clay making some distance here. Look at this.
A great grip on that chin. Maybe his beard served him wrong. Well,
Ground Shark looking for a way to win. Lucas Clay shrugs to the back again. Ground Shark catches him. Ground Shark always looking for a way to win.
Yep.
30 seconds.
Yep, 30 seconds left in here with a big underhook from Lucas, driving him up over the lip.
Lucas in bad position, no under.
Really good attempt there by Lucas. Little control time they're trying to find. Double underhooks and a lot of effort being expended.
We've got it look like a sumo throw. He's trying to get that sumo throw. He's trying to get it. It's almost there. Look at their feet. Both of them have one toe on the mat. And that's the end of the second round.
Ooh-wee. There at the end of that, Lucas figured it out.
Wow. Now here's the deal. If any points were scored, we will hear now. If anyone stepped out and won this round, it will be the match. Otherwise, we will go to the third round. Let's listen in.
We do have a winner. 1 second of control time. Your winner, Ground Shark.
Ground Shark bringing it home. CJay Ground Shark Hunter winning the match by 1 second. Unbelievable. It's a big win for the pink team. Let's listen into the post-fight interview.
Y'all don't get tired of seeing me.
No, sir. You're very entertaining.
Yeah.
Great job. But boy, I actually didn't think anyone had control time until I looked at the timekeepers right at the end there, and you had 1.05 seconds of control time. Did you know you had that?
We'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doesn't matter what I knew. It matters what they know.
No,
they
you-
knew.
yeah.
They knew I won. That's all that matters.
You were kind of doing some gestures towards Lucas. Did you think he won?
I didn't know, and I didn't care. I was mad he made me work that hard. I didn't.
And that's not the first time. Last week you guys competed in coffin wars. Is that right?
Yeah. That was arduous as well. He was the one person I didn't want to have to see, and he was the first person I saw.
And now you saw him twice.
Yeah.
And you guys are teammates, right?
Yeah. That's my main training partner. I'm sick of him.
Well, great job, brother. I'm going to try to let you recover because I don't think there's hardly any time at all. So go ahead and get something to drink, and we'll see you in a little bit. Your winner from the pink team, Ground Shark!